What happened during the fall of Saigon in 1975? Imagine a city filled with chaos, helicopters buzzing overhead, and thousands of people trying to escape. That's what happened when Saigon fell in 1975. This event marked the end of the Vietnam War and changed Vietnam forever. South Vietnam had been fighting to stay independent since the country was divided in the early 1950s. The North, led by communist leaders, wanted reunification under their rule. The South was supported by the United States, which sent troops and aid to help keep it free. But by the early 1970s, American support was winding down after the Paris Peace Accords in 1973. After the peace agreement, South Vietnam faced many problems. Inflation soared, corruption was widespread, and the military's morale was low. The United States had pulled out most of its troops, leaving South Vietnam to defend itself. Meanwhile, North Vietnam was preparing for a final push. They launched a big offensive in early 1975, taking advantage of South Vietnam's weakened state. By late April, North Vietnamese forces started heavy artillery attacks on Saigon, including the airport at Tan Son Nhut. The South Vietnamese military command quickly fell apart. The South Vietnamese president ordered a retreat, and the city's defenses crumbled. North Vietnamese troops crossed important bridges like the Newport Bridge, which South Vietnamese forces had been told not to destroy to avoid civilian casualties. As the city was under attack, the United States launched Operation Frequent Wind. This was the largest helicopter evacuation in history. Thousands of Americans and South Vietnamese civilians were airlifted from the U.S. Embassy and other key locations. People scrambled to escape, with some clinging to helicopters or rushing to get on planes. The images of desperate crowds trying to flee became some of the most iconic pictures of the war. Just before North Vietnamese forces took control, the evacuation was completed. Saigon was renamed Ho Chi Minh City, honoring the communist leader. The victory meant the end of nearly 20 years of conflict and the start of a new chapter under communist rule. Many South Vietnamese faced hardships and persecution under the new government. This event shows how military, political, and social factors all played a role in the fall of South Vietnam. It also highlights the deep divisions within the country, with the South supported by the United States and the North fighting for reunification under communist control.